Yo, what is going on, guys? Anthony here. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I want to show you my full image ad strategy that is allowing me to hit consistent $1,000 days on this store here, which is called Purify. As a lot of you guys know, I am working on this store in public, trying to scale it to $10,000 a day, revealing everything along the way, including the ads, offers, funnels. It's funny because a lot of people have already ripped off Purify. I've seen, I think, over a dozen unique copycats with different domains, all selling the same product, and it's pretty funny. Good luck, by the way, if you're ripping me off. But as is the case with going live with any store. But hopefully the value of being able to see all of this stuff live and the actual assets themselves, as opposed to just like completely blurred out screenshots and live views, is going to be helpful to a lot of you guys that watch my content. So let's talk about the image ad strategy that I use and how you can implement this into your business to be able to scale really, really effectively and really, really profitably with very, very minimal creative effort and capital. Because guys, the raw reality is that creating images versus creating videos, creating an image, you can literally probably do in about 60 seconds. And as you'll see in this strategy, I'm not even really creating any images. I'm actually just generating images with AI and using those to test. And if you compare that to the amount of time it takes to create a UGC video, find a winning UGC video, and then rip it off of PP ads, the effort to value ratio from an image ad is just exponentially higher. Can you scale potentially more with a video ad? Probably, because there's just native, more selling that you can do with a video ad. But are they 10 times as more difficult to crack? Yes, especially for a beginner who's untrained in advertising and just starting out. Absolutely. So I'm going to stop yapping and let's get into the image ad strategy that I'm using. So as you guys know, I'm using a cost cap campaign setup. I have spent collectively about $400 to make back $1,400. So above a 3x return on ad spend, which is awesome. And so my primary campaign is going to be the CBO cost cap campaign. And one thing I want to do is see if I can filter this down. I wonder if I can filter this down by creative type, just so I can show you guys. I don't think that I will. Let's see. Can we do image? No. Can we do static? Okay, we can't do any filtering, but what I want to show you is in my active campaign, I don't have a single video ad. Everything that you see here is all images. So if I lied. I have one VO3 generated video ad that isn't even performing that well. So the rest of it, as you'll be able to see here, is images. And these images are images that I actually generated with an app called Higgsfield. So shout out to Mark Builds Brands, and specifically one of our community members, his name is Joshua, who actually put me on to the software. I believe he got it from him and then he showed me and I started using it and the results have been insane. But essentially this strategy uses completely AI generated images. What I like to do is either prompt it specifically by creating a prompt with ChatGPT, or another thing that I'll do, which is really cool with Higgsfield, is you can actually just upload an image and it can take that image and essentially recreate it or use the image that you uploaded as a reference. So take a look at this. You can't really see it. Let me see if I click into this. Okay, so you can kind of see it. The prompt is actually an image that I found online and there's no other prompting. Well, I didn't put any of this, by the way. The instructions were just this prompt and it recreated it. And so you can take stock photos or you can take images that you find online and re-upload them into Higgsfield. And because Higgsfield is creating these from scratch, they're not going to look, as you can see, the fountains look very different across each of these. The cats are in a different position. And so you're able to create these really native organic images that you can then use without having to worry about any copyright concerns. Now, as you can see, when it comes to text-based images, forget about it. But I don't really use text-based images. I am predominantly using what I call native images in my ad account. And what I do essentially in this strategy is I am launching new ad sets every single day, testing for new creatives. I always start testing a new product, as you guys know, by testing mass desires. Once I find the winning desire, then I move on to testing new angles. And then once I find an angle, I'm typically working either in variations of that angle. I'm working in different market levels of awareness. I'm working with different formats, different structures to the story, different types of stories. I might do breaking news versus personal story. So there's all kinds of different elements that you can work with. But what's great with this image ad setup is that testing ideas and creating creatives almost becomes like too easy. Like it, it ends up taking such little time that you free yourself up to do the stuff that actually matters, which is researching your audience and then understanding what it is they actually want. And if you focus the majority of your time on those two things, which is the research and understanding your customers, you're going to be able to create great ads that scale your ad account regardless of the format. So as you can see here, this is a good example of a test where I use those images that I showed you, and I was going after particularly a solution aware audience, meaning people who already know, they're aware of the problem of cats being dehydrated. They're aware that there are solutions out there on the market, but they're not yet sure of which solution is right for them. So in this solution aware ad, and I'll walk you through this ad specifically. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm calling out in the hook, my vet said the fountain I bought should be banned for making my cat more dehydrated. So in the solution aware ad, the audience already knows the other solutions that are out there on the market, right? They've probably purchased another solution on the market and tried other solutions on the market, and they're not yet sure which is the best one. So this ad is using a personal story to describe how other fountains are ineffective at fulfilling the root desire that our product solves, which is keeping your cat around for years longer because of the plethora of problems that come with other fountains. And so I'm using basically copy that would be used on an advertorial, but significantly shortened down. So the copy that I'm using is basically a 500 to 1,000 word rescript of any advertorial that you write. And then I use that here in combination with this native image to create an ad that doesn't really feel like an ad. In fact, it feels almost like just an article post or like a BuzzFeed post. And the benefit of running this strategy and combining it with proper desires and proper angles is that you end up with really, really cheap cost per clicks, especially when your desire and angles are aligned with what your customers actually want. So as you can see here, if you guys have ever tried running in the US, the CPMs are typically very expensive. You know that the cost per clicks can be quite high. But when you run this native style, you end up with 97 cent cost per click, and almost an 8% click-through rate, which allows me to get traffic significantly cheaper than my competitors. And so this is the strategy that I'm using. I have not yet introduced any video ads into my account, and I don't plan to anytime soon because we have guys in our community that are ripping $10,000 days with image ads only, like no videos, just completely static dominated ad accounts and able to scale to $10,000 a day with relative ease. And so that's the strategy, guys. In terms of how I come up with this copy, it's very simple. What I do is I open up two platforms. So I have my first platform, which is Claude. Now for me, Claude is the only copywriting platform you should be using for Facebook ads. To me, it's just the best. I don't know what else to say. It's the best. The copy comes out the best, and I freaking love it. So Claude for writing copy, ChatGPT for research, and then Higgsfield for the images. And if you combine these three things with all of the stuff that I've talked about in previous videos in combination with cost caps, which allow you to essentially test as many creatives as you want with very minimal downside, you are going to have a very robust ad account that's going to be able to get you consistent results and allow you to also scale to $1,000 a day consistently without any video ads of any kind. So that is it, guys. I just want to do a quick update for you. Anyone that is interested in this case study store, that follows along in the case study store, the image ad strategy that I'm currently using, I have documented how I come up with the images, how I come up with desires, how I come up with angles, how I write the copy. I've literally done it dozens of times on this channel. So I will link below some videos. If not, click on my channel profile, go to those videos, check them out. And you can see the full process. Today, I just wanted to cover from a bird's eye view what's working for me, so that way you guys can test it out for yourself. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. Hope you enjoyed the update on Purify as well. Let me know in the comments what kind of content you want to see next, what issues you're running into. Leave me comments with questions that you have, with topics you want me to cover, and I will make those videos. My main goal for the rest of August is to upload 2 videos every single day. So leave comments because I'm going to be very active in responding to comments, reading comments, so I can get content ideas so I can provide you guys with as much value as possible. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. God Tier Ecom is going to be the first link in the description, and any other resources are also linked in the description. Hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Talk to you soon. Peace.